And what is the biggest item in that 126 billion budget?
PhilHealth, Mr. President.
The biggest item would be subsidy for the insurance payment, premium payment of indigent families and senior citizens, I suppose.
Yes, Mr. President.
And for 2016, that is about how much?
43.8
Billion.
billion, Mr. President.
And that 43.8 billion will cover how many indigent families?
15.4 million indigent families, Mr. President, and 2.8 million senior citizens.
Based on their definition, how many families are there in the Philippines, Mr. President?
Mr. President, they cannot give an answer as to how many families there are. They can only give an answer as to how many indigent families there are. If you wish, Mr. President, we can go to
Mr. President, we could never have universal health care coverage if the PhilHealth or the Department of Health does not have an idea of how many families we have in the Philippines, Mr. President. Let me again repeat, Mr. President. Roughly, there are 20 million families in the country. The average family is 5, husband and wife, and 3 children. That's 100 million Filipinos. Now,
I agree, Mr. President.
with regard to PhilHealth, actual families are actually bigger. Why is that, Mr. President? A paying family, or if you're a member of PhilHealth and you're paying, kasama hindi lang yung anak mo, pero kasama pa yung magulang mo as a dependent. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes, that's correct,
So
Mr. President.
theoretically, mas malaki pa yung family ng PhilHealth member. Then there are less than 20 million in that case. There is a subsidy of 43.8 billion for
Yes, Mr.
for
President.
PhilHealth. Okay? This is the biggest item in the budget. Okay? 37 billion of the 43 is for indigent families, and that is the 15.4 million you were talking about. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. President.
Okay. How much in the formal economy are the premium contributions?
January to June 2015, 18 million? Billion. 18 billion, Mr. President.
Formal economy, yan. So
Yes,
times
Mr. President.
36. So more or less the same as 2014.
Formal economy, 41B, Mr.
41B. In 2016.
President. In 2016.
And then OFW, magkano?
Ang projected is 8 billion, Mr. President.
Okay, so 41 plus 8, 49.
Yes, Mr. President.
Okay. So what did we discuss earlier? You have a subsidy of 43. You will collect 49. You add the two. 90 plus billion. Right?
Okay, Mr.
Yun
President.
yung premium contributions plus subsidy makukuha ninyo.
Yes, Mr.
Now,
President.
the 37 earlier of the 43 is for 15.4 million families.
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
President.
This 41 plus 8, 49 is for how many families? How many members do you have in the formal and informal sector? I'm just giving the magnitude. The subsidy is 43. You will be collecting 49. 43 is more than 15.4 million, including the senior citizens, right?
Yes, Mr. President.
And then you have plus 49, right? How many members would that be? How many families?
Well, 88% of it.
Around 88 million people.
Okay, so let's simplify. 88 million Filipinos are covered by PhilHealth. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Mr. President.
That is 88% of the population.
Yes, Mr. President.
88% of the population, in effect, in universal or in World Health Standards, that is universal health care. Is that correct?
It should be, Mr.
It
President.
should be, right? Okay. Now, if you were
But, Mr. President,
anyone sick that you went to a government hospital today, shouldn't it be presumed that you are a PhilHealth member? If 88% of the population is already a member of PhilHealth because of the subsidy also of the national government,
yes.
isn't it that
Yes.
the presumption is,
Yes, Mr. President.
right? And therefore, you do not need to have a PhilHealth card.
As of now, indigent covered 100%. The law requires 100%.
They agree, Mr. President, but they also say that the law requires 100%.
What?
100% coverage.
Okay. Ulitin ko lang, 88% are already covered. If I were to make the calculation, it should be 120 million families na sigurado eh. That means it's 100%. The default is today, if you go to a government hospital, you are a PhilHealth member, yun ang dapat. Kasi nasa 88% na tayo eh. The default is you are a PhilHealth member. That should be the situation. No one should be denied health insurance coverage anymore, Mr. President. That is the point I'm trying to make. And that any hospital treating a patient should be given the health insurance payment of PhilHealth. Hindi na pwedeng dahilan na, uy, hindi PhilHealth member yan.
Yes, Mr. President, basta 100% of the poor. Kaya nga may point of care system.
Kalimutan natin yung point of care. We're talking already about
The whole
the
population.
national government subsidized 43.8 billion. You are collecting 49 billion. You admitted 88% of the population. I am saying it is 100%. Even assuming that you are correct at 88%, the presumption is you are a PhilHealth member. No one should be denied health insurance in any public hospital for that matter. In any country in the world that has reached 85%, it is automatic. The presumption is.
It's agreed, Mr. President, but there is also this eligibility rule which states that after 3 payments, you can only avail on the 6th month.
Okay, we're getting to 3 payments, to the 3rd time. I'm talking about the first time pa lang nga eh. Nagkasakit ka, pumunta ka sa hospital. Today, I know of many people being denied.
Yes, Mr. President.
So, will we stop that practice and already say there is no need for a PhilHealth card and that every citizen of this country that goes to a public hospital is automatically. Can we say that for the record? Because government is spending a lot. And that's why I'm glad that the DSWD is here. Secretary Soliman is here. I have discussed this with her on many hearings, that all indigents today are covered. Now, if I were to look at your financial statement, let me prove a point. In 2014, your total premium contributions was 81 billion. The budget subsidized you by 37 billion for indigent. How much benefits did you give indigents in 2014? Let me help you out. 25 billion. Short. Ang kinontribute ng national government, 37 billion, but the benefit you paid them was only 25.
It's been increasing. It used to be 14, actually, Mr. President.
It used to be 17 when the benefit, when the premium, when the subsidy was 17 in 2013, the benefit was 17 also. In 2014, we contributed 37 and you gave them back only 25. Now, let me move on, Mr. President. I think the point has been made there.